Hello, everyone. Some of you may know my name is Ricky. I'm a youth worker at Turning Point Academy. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about things you can do to stay connected and stay busy while people are encouraged to stay indoors and basically not hang out with other people. One thing I wanted to mention right off the bat was that a lot of people in the news and on social media and things like that have been mentioning that you shouldn't be going outside at all um, because it's a stay-at-home order. But really, you can get outside as much as you want. You can walk around. They just ask that you still stay 6 feet away from other people, and obviously you're taking the precautions and being safe. The weather's been kind of gloomy lately, um, but obviously it's encouraged to get outside as much as you can. Make sure you're getting enough exercise, making sure you're getting sunlight, just so we can all stay sane while this is all going on. Another thing that you should try to pay attention to is basically just to not lose your daily routine. This can often happen too during like Christmas break, summer break, where you kind of don't have that schedule and your day to day life kind of gets messed up. So basically, not slipping on things like personal hygiene, making sure you're showering, brushing your teeth, using deodorant. Personal hygiene is not something you want to start slipping on at any point. I don't think there's anything wrong with staying up later than usual. Just make sure you're not going crazy about it. Another piece of advice that I'd give is to just maybe set goals every day, no matter how small they are. Maybe you want to walk a certain amount of steps throughout the day. Um, you can work on breathing techniques if that's what you're into. Maybe you want to call a relative, talk to them just to talk. Um, Regardless of what it is or how many, I think it's important to set a goal or goals every day and just try to get them completed by the end of the day, and that'll start making you feel a lot more productive right away. I don't think there's anything wrong with playing video games, watching Netflix. I've been doing it a lot here at home. I'm sure a lot of you are as well. Um, I just think it's important to try to mix in some productive stuff while you're doing the fun stuff. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health while you're doing this stuff while you're being isolated at home. I think oftentimes texting and instant messaging can be super impersonal. There's plenty of other ways to stay connected with your loved ones while this is all going on. Obviously, we can't talk to people face to face, so sometimes video chatting is the best option. And they have apps like House Party, and I know there's other ones where you can like play games with people while you're video chatting with them, with up to like 8 people, I believe. And so it kind of takes the pressure off the conversation when you don't always know what to say. You just want to talk to people. Things like that can be a good option. There's also things like Netflix Party, if you are going to watch Netflix, where you can watch Netflix at the same time as other people. That way you can kind of feel connected to them because you know you're watching the same thing at the same time. And you can make an effort to talk about whatever you're watching with them when each episode is over, whatever it is. Obviously, there's a lot of documentaries and educational things you could watch on Netflix too. Um, Maybe try to like mix in some educational things while you're watching the other stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of options for ways to stay connected. One thing I decided to do with my family was I had everyone come up with 5 songs that they thought like made them feel comfortable during times of high stress, and I came up with 5 songs myself, um, and I put them all in a playlist and shared it with all of my family. And so now we can kind of all listen to this playlist, and in a weird way, it makes us all kind of feel connected because we know that we put this playlist together with all of us. I don't think there's any magic activities that I can tell everyone that everyone will be interested in, everyone will be helped by. Obviously, some of you maybe want to write, some people want to read a book, some people like to do art. If you do like to do any of those things, feel free to reach out to whoever your PSG worker is, and we're all very willing to help you with getting resources, getting materials, whatever we can do to help with that type of stuff. As I mentioned before, like staying physically active is really important during this time. Maybe you want to do yoga, maybe you want to do strength training, maybe you want to do cardio. And again, that's something that your PSG worker could provide you resources for. We have plenty of resources for working out. We can give you advice. We can give you materials to tell you what to do for workouts. Along with physical activity, you want to make sure you're taking care of your mental health with things like mindfulness and meditation, whatever you feel comfortable doing. There's plenty of YouTube videos that are free, obviously. There's apps. There's some apps. There's one called 10%. I've used Insight Timer and Headspace. Those are both really good. So I recommend those. Obviously, the same goes for this. If you want resources, feel free to reach out. I think this kind of provides us a good opportunity to spend time with our families, whether you live with them or not. It's a lot easier to call or video call family members when you know nobody's busy during this time for the most part. And I'm sure if you're lonely, then your relatives are too. I'm sure they would love to have somebody to talk to. Spend time with your pets if you have pets. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay safe and stay connected. Thanks.